Good evening, friends. Today we are going to see the second session of mind, body, and soul connections, and we will know further how we can make our mind, body, and soul connections strong. Uh, in last session, we have already discussed many of the things, and in this session, we will further discuss the things. First, we will know little bit more about mind, body, and soul. How does it affect our body, mind, and other things in our life? It means that our wellness comes not just from physical health, but from mental health and spiritual health as well. This we have already discussed. Just a little bit of association with what we have discussed last, so that it remains afresh in our mind. To be healthy, we must pay attention to all these three aspects of our nature. Now, we will discuss few more practices to achieve these connections. They are as follows. We must pamper ourselves by having a massage, getting our nails done, or having our hair cut, colored, or even styled at times. That's when our mind and our body, and possibly even our spirit, all working together makes us feel great. People with strong faith who practice their faith feel good after they attend services or perform regular devotions. They feel whole, happy, and focused. So, that is another way to achieve the mind, body, and soul connection when we do our regular sadhanas or pujas, or even some kind of other practices which takes us closer to our faith. Now, there are chances, if we look at our own belief system, we will find that our bits and pieces of mind, body, and spirit connections already in place. Today, a mix and match approach is very much working for many people, like combining traditional medicine with complementary medicine therapies, which is very easily available, adding in exercise and meditation along with religious practices. It's not required that we will go all in with one or another. A day of yoga complements your session with a therapist, as does your morning run, your healthy diet, or even your regular visits to the nail salon. Today, there are yoga options for every age and fitness level. In addition to various types of yoga practices, there are adaptations of different asanas in yoga, which is a great option for those with balance, flexibility, or other physical concerns. Now, in Kathopanishad, 12th verse says, नैव वाचा न मांसा प्राप्तुम साख्यो न चक्षुषा अस्तिति प्रभुत्वयंत्र कंथ ततुलभ्यते, which means the soul can neither be attained by speech, nor by mind, nor even by eyes can it be attained. It can only be attained by yoga, which allows our concentration to be on us and on our mind, which wanders here and there, and which has to be brought back to us by guiding our thoughts through our yogic means. Other than yoga, some other technique which may be helpful in achieving mind, body, and spirit in tune, along with bringing some fun and joy to our days, are as follows. Recording our emotions regularly and working on them to make ourselves feel better. Watching comedy movies or even shows, as laughter is said to be the best medicine. Feng Shui your home or clean out your closets it will make you feel great. Treat yourself to a home spa day, a facial mani or pedi. Reach out to your old friends through Skype, Facebook, WhatsApp, or any other social media app. Now you see these days we have got so many friends in our Facebook, but the connections are rare. We can have much more connection by planning out some time together, and either having a talk or watching something together online. These things will actually help us feel better. We can also plan a night out with friends, a weekend getaway, or an evening at the movies. What we are trying to do is we are trying to make some time together with friends or even colleagues or even family members and relatives. Then today, as online system has become so impactful, we can make online donations to our favorite charity, and we can actually pay a visit also to the various organizations which takes and gives charity, and we can actually provide services over there which will make us feel better. We can also try out a new recipe. We can spend some extra quality time with our pets, because these days pets are very common, and spending a quality time with pet make us understand not only the animals with which we are spending time, but also with ourselves. We also know ourselves much better when we are spending some quality time with our pets. We can eat right food that will do wonders in this case. Now, for making things clear in this last point about different food habits, I'll just make the description as sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic food, which is the categorization as per our Ayurveda and even the Vedic traditions of ours. And we will see that which of the food have got rajasic qualities and which of them have got sattvic qualities and which have got tamasic qualities. You know that these all are our gunas, and we humans are expansion of what we eat. We have got those gunas which food we eat, and thus we will see today in detail that what are these food of different qualities and how this food impact our health or even our mind, body, and soul as a whole. So first let me talk about the sattvic food. In Ayurvedic practice, sattvic food are thought to be increasing energy, happiness, calmness, and mental clarity. Sattvic food include fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, sprouts, honey, ghee, nut, grains, pulses, lentils, ginger, jaggery, unrefined sugar, turmeric, black pepper, dhania, fresh herbs, milk, and dairy products. So, when we eat sattvic food, we will find that we are also developing more and more of the sattvic qualities in ourselves, which will make us feel much better and much connected to our soul. Now, let us go to the next quality, that is rajasic food. It is known to invigorate both the body and the psyche. Hyperactivity, restlessness, anger, irritability, and inability to sleep have all been linked to eating too much of these foods. So what we can do when these days we are so much into the rajasic and tamasic food that it is nearly impossible to live without them. So I will suggest you that you must try to include it in your diet. It is obvious that we will include, but we should have a perfect balance of impact much of our sattvic qualities. It may impact little bit, but it should not have much more impact than the sattvic food which we are eating, and thus overall quality of sattvic in us should be more, so that those qualities will be depicted in us in a proper way. Rajasic food include fish, egg, chicken, whole pulses and dal, not a sprouted one. Hot spices like chilies and pepper, salt, brinjal, which is also known as the eggplant, onion, garlic, radish, tea, coffee, aerated drinks and chocolates, etc. It contains more oil and spices compared to sattvic food. Now you see very common thing like tea and coffee are also included in the Rajasic food, and you think means we can think that it is difficult to stay away from tea and coffee, and even aerated drinks like tea and coffee we prefer in winter season, we prefer aerated drink in summer season, and we can find that it is difficult to stay away from these food habits. So what we can do is we can have it, but we can just keep some gaps, or we can have the aerated drinks maybe weekly twice or maybe thrice, but we should not have it daily, or maybe twice or thrice a day, which will increase the Rajasic part of our diet. So that is what we can have a balance of, so that our sattvic qualities are much more in number than the Rajasic or even Tamasic. Now the last one, that is the Tamasic food. Tamasic food with their heavy and dull qualities can affect mental clarity and emotional balance. Consumption of Tamasic substances is associated with mental lethargy, a state where mind feels dull, sluggish and lacks clarity. Now we can not even think that just by eating some of the food which is in such quality can have such a deep impact on us, but it is a truth, and it is a proven truth by scientific studies that these food causes a great deal of health loss and problems in our body. So we must think before we are eating such food. I am not actually telling that you should right away stop it, because it is very difficult to do that, of what quality of life we are having. But what I will suggest you is we can try to change our habit and bring it to such a level that we can accept having it, but only to certain extent, where it will not be harmful to us, rather it will have some better impact, like that of enjoyment. Some of the time we need it for our enjoyment, for our refreshment, or even to get away with our hunger in short span of time. So Tamasic food include meat, garlic, onions, eggs, wine, intoxicants, mushrooms, leftovers, green onion, tobaccos, etc. Now you think even the leftovers are coming under Tamasic food quality, and we will actually find that it is necessary for us to eat the leftovers sometimes, because we have got no choice. Sometimes we feel like why to throw so much of leftovers. So what in this case what we can do is we can actually make the calculated quantity of food items, and even if it is leftover, we can just try to heat it and then we can eat, although it will have the same Tamasic qualities, but actually somewhat it can be reduced to some extent. So this thing also can be taken care of. Now, knowing the different qualities of food, we try to depend more on sattvic food. That should be our first and foremost aim. But at times it seems impossible to avoid, as I have already discussed, the Rajasic and Tamasic food. So we can try to include it in the least amount possible. This will help us to achieve a good balance between our mind, body and spirit. It is quite amazing that our Vedas and our Puranas, they talk about the different qualities of even food habits and different other qualities by which we can make our mind, body and spirit connected with each other. Food was one of the essential thing which we have been taking since that time, since the time the Vedas were written. And you will find that our rishis and our ancestors, they have known since then that these food can affect our habits. So why not include it today, and why not take the advantage of such knowledge which is present with us since long, and make a good use of it, as it can as it can change the lifestyle which we are living, help us achieve the peace of mind and a better connection with our soul, which will eventually make us happy, satisfied, and make us feel much better in our life. So this is all about the second session. We will meet again in the third session in on coming Saturday. So thank you all.